Hey, what's up guys? In today's video, I'm going to be talking about what it's like to work as a video editor in South Africa. Okay, so hi guys, my name is Lungile. I'm a freelance video editor and director, and today I'm going to be talking about what it takes to work as a video editor. Video editing is an awesome process. It's a process that happens after some stuff has been shot, whether it's a music video or short film or documentary. It's usually the stage in post-production where a movie or video is put together. I really like it. I've been a video editor for a long time and I really enjoy it. There are different types of video editors out there. There are video editors that work on music videos, commercials, movies, documentaries. There's video editors that work on all types of stuff, all types of these works, or some that work on specific work. And there's also video editors that are freelance, and the ones that work full-time. So as a video editor, you can work full-time or freelance, and both of them have their pros and cons. So I've had the opportunity to work full-time as a video editor, and right now I work as a freelance editor, and I've learned a bit of both and learned what works and what doesn't work, and what sucks and what's great. Okay, so for instance, like if you work as a full-time video editor, it's great. You work for a production company. You get your brief at the beginning of the morning when you come in at work, and use their computers, use their software. They pay for everything, and you just do the work, and you get paid every month without fail. It's still a lot of pressure, and you don't earn that much, but you earn like a decent salary. Also, what sucks about working full-time is that, you might find yourself working late to the night, working mornings, and you will not be paid for overtime. And another thing is you don't own the computers, so maybe you can't edit stuff, because you work from work. You don't have your own computer. That can suck when you're working full-time. But a nice pro about working full-time as a video editor, you can work under a production company. You can be more chilled, you can be more relaxed. That there'll always be work, you'll always be getting paid. And then the other side of it is working as a freelance video editor. As a freelance video editor, you get to be able to make more money. Like for instance, as a full-time editor, depending if you're like a mid, you could earn from 18K to 30K in a month, but as a freelance video editor, you can earn like 3K a day or 4K a day, or all the way to 6K a day. And the more days you work, the more money you make. You see, like as a freelancer, you could make your salary of a full-time editor in a week, so you can make a lot of money. But the downside of being a freelancer is that it's a lot of work. You need to be really good. You need to be really fast. To have your own machine. You need to be fast. You need to be experienced. You need to be marketing all the time, networking. You need to be putting yourself out there. You need to build an online presence so that you need to be getting constant work, because it's not like when you're working full-time. You're working full-time, you don't have to look for clients. The work is always coming and your boss gets the clients. But when you're working freelance, you have to put yourself out there. You need to be really, really great. And you need to be sharpening your skills all the time. You need to be like trying to be better, networking, learning new softwares, learning about new plugins, and being on the cutting edge. Sometimes working as a freelancer is tough because, sometimes you have quiet moments, sometimes you have hectic moments. You work so much, you get so tired. And also another thing about freelancing, your deadlines are so tight. So usually a job that was supposed to take 3 days, they'll ask you to do it in 2 days. That's where the speed comes up and the pressure comes in. And usually you have to have your own machine, you have to take care of it yourself, make sure you have all the things you need, because usually you'll be working by yourself from home, or you're working at the companies that you're freelancing for, the clients. But yeah, one of the biggest things is that you need to be putting yourself out there and marketing like crazy. Obviously there's pros and cons for both. I would think that like if you're still young, maybe try to get a job at a production company. But if you can't get one, you can still freelance and like build your skills and try to get better so you can get more work. So it all depends on what you want to do. But I'm just saying freelancing is really tough, but it can make a lot of money. Working for a company can be really great, and it can be a nice thing, a nice place to learn for the first 2 to 3 years, learning how to edit, sharpening your skills without having too much pressure. When you're editing, obviously there's different softwares. There's Adobe Premiere Pro, there's Final Cut Pro, there's DaVinci Resolve. All these softwares have their own pros and cons. I don't really choose one over the other. I think whichever software you want to use, it's up to you. I think I use Premiere Pro because I'm comfortable with it and I've been using it forever and I like it and I'm comfortable with it. I can use the other ones, but I'm much more faster in Premiere. So if you're much more faster in Final Cut, then you should use Final Cut. If you prefer DaVinci Resolve, you can use DaVinci Resolve. So they all have their pros and cons. But yeah, I think they're all just pretty much the same. They're just tools. Another thing about working as a video editor, some video editors like to generalize. They can work on multiple types of projects, and there's also video editors that specialize on certain projects. So there's video editors that specialize in documentaries or movies or promos or music videos. What I've found is that, when you specialize, it's easier to market, it's easier to get work, because if you're a documentary video editor, you can market yourself to producers that produce docus. It's easy to stand out from the crowd. But when you're a generalist, it's nice to learn other things, but when you have to market yourself, it's going to be really, really hard. And sometimes, you get to, let's say if you're a music video editor and you see a job for a documentary video editor, if you apply with your music video editing showreel, it doesn't really work. They don't really take you because you're looking for a documentary video editor. So sometimes you get blocked in that way and you're not getting chosen. But what I think the best approach to do is to specialize in one area and market yourself as that, become better at that, and be the best at that. But still, if someone says, hey, I want you to cut a documentary, but you're a music video editor, you can tell the client, I usually do music videos, but I can try to do this and then do that, But, it doesn't mean because you specialize, you're not going to take on other work. It just means it's just going to be easier for you to market yourself in terms of your SEO, which is search engine marketing. When people look at your showreel, they see that you specialize in this specific thing. Because most of the people that are going to be hiring, especially if you're freelancing, are agencies. So they want someone who's a specialist who's going to come in like a sniper. In, out, bam, What's a typical day for a video editor? So a video editor, maybe you'll get a call. Let's say if you're working full-time, you get a call from your producer. You come into work and your producer will say, hey, here's a brief. Here's 4 movies. We need you to make an inspirational promo. Can you go to these movies and cut a 30-second video out of these 4 2-hour movies? And then they'll give you a script. And from there, you record a voiceover with the script and find music and then go through all 4 movies, get the best shots, get the best sound ups, which are dialogue clips, get all the best things that are going to help tell that story and make it more inspirational as per the brief, if that's what they want. So, that's pretty much what you would do. And that would usually take 2-3 days. And then once you edit the promo, you send it to your creative director. They'll give you changes, send it to client, give you changes until it's final. And when it's final, then maybe you might have to get the edits because you have a voiceover. But the first voiceover you're going to be editing to will be your own, which is like a guide voice or a rough voiceover, so you can be able to know where to put the shots. And then once you're done, they'll probably get a voiceover artist, a professional voiceover artist, to record the voice, and then they'll take the files from the voiceover artist and then send those to a audio mix engineer who'll mix everything and make it smooth and mixed well. So that's a typical day. Obviously, it's different depending on what you're working on, whether it's music videos or movies, but usually you have a lot of footage that you have to go through and you have to cut them into really a short thing. For a movie, you could have 5 hours of footage, you could have 20 hours of footage, and you have to cut a 90-minute movie. So you see, it's a lot of going through stuff, finding the best shots, trying to tell the story, chopping and changing, trying sequences and stuff like that. It's a really it's a cool process, but you have to be patient. You have to be willing to try things. But that's a typical day. Usually, some editors like to work on different types of desks. Some can be sitting desk, and then they can adjust and be standing desks because you're going to be sitting all the time. So if you can have a desk that can go up and down so that you can take breaks, so you can stand up, it's going to help you with your back. And also working as an editor, you still need to be working out so you can be fit, because you can't be sitting down all day, every day and not exercising. And you gain a lot of weight. So you really need to take care of yourself. You need to be practicing. Another thing that you will find yourself doing as an editor, after you edit something, you would have to go through it. You have to do a QC check. You have to go through it and watch the video over and over. Make sure the sound is right. Make sure the music is right. Make sure there's no flash frames or mistakes. Everything is clear and concise. And then make sure everything is just perfect. So it's a lot of watching the same thing over and over, but just tweaking it and crafting it and making it like hit all the right beats and things like that. So there's a lot of repetitive work when you're a video editor, but it can be really, really, really fun. Another thing that you're gonna have to deal with when you're a video editor is storage. So like when you shoot stuff and you have footage, the footage fills up a lot of hard drives quickly. So whether you're working from home or you're working for a company, you're gonna need a lot of hard drives, because footage really, it gets big, So if you work by yourself, you might need to have a lot of hard drives. If you work on a project, you might have to save that project on multiple hard drives. So you back it up. Maybe 3 is the best option. Put the same project on 3 different hard drives, so that if one of the drives died, you're okay. If you have a bit of money, or if you work for a production company, they might have a server. So a server will be like a big box full of hard drives with lots of space. But if you have a bit of money and still work by yourself, it might be great to get a NAS server, a Synology NAS server. So basically, it's just like a small box that is filled with hard drives. It could be 4 to 8. And what's great about a NAS server is that, with all those 8 hard drives, whenever one drive dies, you can just pull it out, replace it, and then all the data that was on that drive can be replaced because of the system of the NAS server. So all the data is spread across the drive. So it really helps you in terms of keeping storage, keeping footage, keeping projects, and not losing work. It's not it can still die, but it's better than having your sole client project on one drive. Because if that drive dies and you have no backup, you're going to be in serious trouble with your client. So space is a really big thing. You really need hard drives. You really need to be focused when it comes to that. Another thing I wanted to talk about, as a video editor, you really need to be fast, and there's different things that you can do to be fast. You can get a Razer Naga gaming mouse. It has a lot of buttons that you can program. You can get a video editing keyboard. You can also try to learn and watch as many tutorials so you can be faster. You can edit on SSD drives. You can edit on a really fast supercomputer. You can find all these tips and tricks so that you can be able to edit much, much faster. So there's all these tricks that you can try to do. You can edit on a Wacom pen. It all depends on what you want to do. But, staying really fast and quick is something that could really, really help you. Whether you're working for a production company or you're freelancing, it's really, really going to help you. But also the most important thing and basic thing, the only way to get faster and better is to practice over and over and over. The more you edit, the faster you get. So, it's not rocket science, but it does take a bit of work to do. It does take a lot of work to become better. But yeah, that's what it's like to work as a video editor. Hope you guys like this video. If you don't understand anything, please drop questions. I'll try to answer them or make a video about it, or try to make another video. Until next time, guys, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and that bell button so you can be notified every time I drop a new video. And let me know what other videos you'd like to see. Till next time, guys, peace out.